Come on in, have a seat. And we are live for another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Michael Fletcher with Anthony Florio. Okay, if you're looking for Michael Bullock, he's running a little late. He should be here tonight. Unfortunately, Dee Dee Woodson will not be on the show due to work commitments beyond her control. So, for now, for a little bit, it's going to be Anthony and myself. We're going to be running a two-man weave. And then after that, then once Bullock, then we'll catch him up. And more importantly, we'll get his thoughts about tonight's SmackDown Live. And this was a very loaded show, to say the very least. And then on top of that, I also got Ring of Honor news. I got my thoughts on the first episode of Lucha Underground, which Anthony Florio was saying he could not wait to hear. Plus, I also got some RWA news. Their Fatal Impact goes down this Friday night, live from the Chop Shop in Providence. More matches have been announced. I'm going to run down the entire card for you guys. I might even do the preview tonight. I might actually do my RWA preview show right here tonight for all you great fans out there. So stick around. We got a lot to talk about. So, let's start it down. It was SmackDown Live from the Wells Fargo Arena in the Illadelph, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh man, what a way did we start off Tuesday night SmackDown Live with the new that runs the place. It is the new WWE World Champion AJ Styles. He kicks off the show, cutting a nice promo, pretty much saying how he told you so, how he was like, I shocked the world. I did it against John Cena. I did it against Dean Ambrose. I told you people that I was going to win the belt, and now I'm the man that runs the place. I am the man that rules the world. I am the WWE World Champion, and nothing's going to take it. And he was basically egging all the fans in Philadelphia on. Philly fans can take so much. They're an IWC crowd, but let me tell you, some of them were definitely on the side of AJ Styles. Not all of them, but some of them. Well, eruption. The 15-time world champion John Cena shows up, and he's like, you know what? That belongs to me. So AJ's like, all right, fine. I'll take off my armband. I'll take off this armband. Besides, I'm the champion now. I don't need this piece of junk anymore. It basically belongs to your crippled career. Whatever. I don't need that. He's like, I want that's around your waist, which is the WWE World Title. Uh-oh. Okay. I know the Cena haters out there are like, oh no, this cannot be what I think he's meaning. And yes, John Cena said it. He's like, I'm a 15-time champion. No disrespect to Ric Flair, but they said to be the man, you got to beat the man. You are the man, and I want that belt because I want to become a 16-time world champion. He wants to tie the record of. So, just when we thought things could not get any more chaotic, lo and behold, we actually got Dean Ambrose showing up. And Ambrose comes out, and he's like, you know what? I respected you, AJ Styles, but you hit me down in the family jewels, and that's how you won the belt. That ain't flying with me, and I want my rematch. Cena grabs Dean Ambrose, and boy, did the fireworks go off at that point. I mean, you want to talk about some hard-hitting rants. It was a thing of beauty. I cannot say nothing bad about this. This was, to me, the segment of the night. Like, this was flat out one of the best segments I've ever seen on SmackDown Live. That's how good this was. So then Shane McMahon comes out, and he's like, okay, you know what? Let me just do this. Dean, you gotta wait because I'm going to give John Cena the opportunity at AJ Styles. So this is what I'm going to do. Because you guys both deserve it, we're going to have a triple threat at No Mercy. AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose versus John Cena for the WWE World title. But wait, there's more. We got to sell the main event fight tonight, which is Dean Ambrose and John Cena. They team up, and they're going to go up against AJ Styles and a partner of AJ's choosing. If no partner is selected, then Daniel Bryan gets to select AJ Styles' partner. So with everything all laid out on the table, Anthony Florio, it is all yours, my friend.
All right, thank you very much indeed, MF, and hello everyone, and welcome to this newest edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk. It's Anthony Florio here with you. Delighted to have you with us as always. And yes, I mean, what else is there to say except this was a hot open to this show. Very hot. That was a tremendous opening segment with great emotion and everyone playing their roles well. I am all in on the match at No Mercy, absolutely. With the only complaint, of course, it's also the IWC feels this way too. Not just me, but the IWC. We all feel that Cena gets a title match for just being Cena. He lost his last match, that instant 5-star classic against AJ at SummerSlam, against the current champion, then took a vacation and did nothing to earn it. But damn it to hell, if the promo work from Cena, Styles, and Ambrose wasn't awesome. I mean, wow. But I will admit, before Dean and Cena came out, AJ seemed a little lost on the mic, if I'm going to be real honest. A little lost initially when he was out there by himself. But boy, howdy, he got it together quickly, and things went smoothly from there. Ambrose showed great fire, and Cena did as well. And I'm very surprised to see Cena back so soon. But I think they needed him back, But Derek Ferreira, man, it was Derek. He, if you didn't read his preview blog yesterday, his little prediction blog, that he likes to do for predicting the card for the next pay-per-view ahead of time. This was the match he had. He had Styles, Ambrose, Cena, triple threat match for the WWE World Championship. And yeah, kudos to you, Derek. You had that one. I give it to you, man. He had it. So major shout out to our Grand Poobah, the hardcore pipe bound, Derek Ferreira. He had that one all the way. He had that thing hook, line, and sinker. So well done. So in the immortal words of Wayne's World, good work, my friend. That's all I can say on that. And so happy for AJ, like I said. He's a Grand Slam World Heavyweight Champion. Tony fun fact. But then again, Michael Fletcher found it, and Derek Ferreira found it, and I let Bullock know it during our Raw chat last night. AJ Styles, the first man in history to hold the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship in Japan, and now the most coveted of them all, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, yes, simply phenomenal indeed. He was fine, but to me, Cena and Ambrose were the stars of that. Ambrose taking that, it felt like a shoot there. Didn't it feel like a little bit of a shoot there early on? When Ambrose was calling him the part-timer, he called him a lazy part-timer. Oh, that was epic. And then Cena said, hey, Stone Cold was right for calling you out on his podcast. You remember when Dean Ambrose was on the Stone Cold podcast about a month or so ago, Stone Cold called him out. Told him to, he wanted to see more from him. He wanted him to raise the bar a little more. And boy, Cena questioning his manhood and everything else. Oh, man, that was epic. So I 100% agree with you on that, Fletch. That was the segment of the night, without a doubt. A very hot open to SmackDown Live. Tremendous opening segment. I love the fire from everybody. I love AJ, don't get me wrong, but he seemed a little lost out there, like I said. But Cena and Ambrose, to me, were the stars of that segment. And Shane O'Mac always getting a great pop. And I like that triple threat main event, even though, of course, the IWCers out there, and I just pretty much spoke on behalf of them saying, oh, Cena gets another shot for just being Cena, as usual. But, it is what it is. So, Styles, Ambrose, and Cena for the title at No Mercy on October 9 at the Arco Arena in Sacramento. Yeah, that's got classic written all over it. I mean, the last two matches AJ's had against both Styles. I mean, Styles has had against both Ambrose and Cena. The Cena match was a 5-star classic. The other one, I gotta say, was about 4.5, maybe 4 3/4. I couldn't quite give it the 5 because of the low blow finish. But other than that, the last two matches Styles has had on pay-per-view have been instant classics, and I don't see how this can't be an instant classic either. So that's all I can say on that. So, wow, that was great. Michael Bullock, Phenom, let's get your thoughts on that opening segment with Styles, Ambrose, Cena, and Commissioner Shane O'Mac.
Yeah, I do agree. I thought this was the segment of the night. I mean, yeah, I did notice during the segment that AJ Styles looked a little off, but man, oh man, the back and forth with Cena and Dean Ambrose. I mean, like you said, they were the stars of that segment, and boy, I mean, talk about Ambrose taking a shot at Cena, calling him a lazy part-timer. You really think that's going to sit well with Cena? No. Yeah, I'm sure that, and of course, Shane O'Mac comes out and says, you know what? At No Mercy, it's going to be AJ Styles defending the WWE World title against Dean Ambrose and John Cena, and Derek really called it as he saw it, and I'm actually fine with it. I know there's probably going to be a lot of people in the IWC who are not happy about Cena being in it. They're probably like, "Oh, the only reason why John Cena's getting this title shot is because he's John Cena." I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it, but I think this could definitely be one of the top fights of the night at No Mercy. So, segment of the night. So, with that being said, Fletch, let's move on to the first match on this edition of Smackdown Live.
All right, and the next thing that we had on the show was, this was the return fight, the semifinal of the WWE Tag Team Tournament. It was the Hype Bros versus the Usos. The winners of the bout was the Usos. Unfortunately, no time given here. Anthony Florio, you lead off.
I have a time, 2 minutes and 18 seconds. That was the time that I was given on my liner notes here. I'm actually gonna give it half to 1 star for the effort, because even though it was a very short match, there was actually some halfway decent action during that, and I'll give them credit for what it was, even though it was one of the worst fights of the night. I mean, you could call it a dud, you could say NR, no rating, what have you, but it was exactly what it needed to be. Usos worked Ryder's knee, and they won in dominating fashion. Quick match that showed the Usos using underhanded tactics to get over their new characters. It was pretty much what you'd expect from a dominant heel wins. So much for my little theory I had the other night, but it is what it is. So I'm not going to say any more about it. So, Michael Bullock, your thoughts on this Backlash Tag Team Tournament rematch with the Usos and the Hype Bros?
What did you rate it, Florio?
I rated it between 0.5 to 1.
Yeah, I do agree. 0.5 to 1 star is my rating as well. I mean, yeah, it was too short for our liking, but I mean, it continues to sell. I mean, the Usos as heels, and yeah, and you're definitely trying to build. Of course, what's the future's going to hold for the Usos. A feud with the American Alpha once Chad Gable gets healthy. So, yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. You pretty much touched on it. So, 0.5 to 1 star. Fletch, your thoughts on the match?
0.5 star. I'm not going to waste too much time. Yeah, the Usos looked really good. I'm really digging their new heel character. I think that's the best way to talk about it. And we're just going to move on. So the next thing we had was a promo segment, which was done by The Miz with Maurice, interrupted by Dolph Ziggler, but then also interrupted by, Bryan himself. So, I mean, Michael Bullock, you get to lead off on this one.
Man, I mean, I think this was the second best segment of the night. If I'm going to be quite honest here, yeah, I mean the Miz comes out and says, you know what, Daniel Bryan and the WWE Universe have been they basically have been calling him a coward, and that, you know what, I left Backlash the Intercontinental Champion, and this is now day 162 of my never-ending Intercontinental Championship tour, and basically, I've held the title longer than Triple H, Pat Patterson, and Dolph Ziggler, and that I am the main event, and I made the title important. And then Ziggler comes out and says, you know what? He says, you know what? He basically says, you know what? The Miz is trying. I mean, Miz, you're trying to prove to yourself that you're the champ. Then Ziggler says, you know what? The guys in the back laugh at him, and the WWE Universe will never see him as a true main eventer because they see through him. And Miz is like, you know what? I'm the main event on any show that I'm on. And he said, if I lived and died on the WWE Universe, I'd be buried 6 feet under, just like your career. And then Ziggler's like, you know what? There's an asterisk next to your win over me. And how about one more match? No gimmicks, no Maurice, no excuses, just us one-on-one. And then just as Maurice interrupted, and then all of a sudden Daniel Bryan comes out and says, you know what? Maurice cheated at Backlash and cost Ziggler the title. And Ziggler will get a rematch. But then Miz is like, you know, no, he never earned a title shot in the first place. And, you know, I want my contract renegotiated, and I'm not going to defend the Intercontinental title on SmackDown or any other show until I get what I want. Until then, I'm taking my ball and going home. So, man, I'll tell you this right now. I mean, this is probably the best I've seen from The Miz when it comes to his promo work. I mean, this is the best I've seen from him over the last few weeks. I mean, all I can say is bravo to The Miz. So what happens now with the Intercontinental Championship? So we're just going to have to wait and see. But second best segment of the night, Fletcher, it's yours.
Solid promo, solid job by everybody involved. This was awesome. I can't say nothing bad about it. This just had me going. I was so excited after everything went down. The storyline was great. Everything just made everything feel so good. I got really nothing bad to say about it. I love Ziggler's fire. I love Mrs. Fire as well. And plus, on top of that, then you have Maurice that was trying to say, you think you deserve an opportunity after you lost in the whole 9 yards. Well, Daniel Bryan thought so, and he tried to use his authority figure to try to step in here, and Daniel Bryan trying to shut him down. You know, saying that, I'm not going to take anything from you. You know, I'm the greatest out there and this and that and blah, 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 blah. Well, see now. So, I mean, it's going to be put up a shut-up time for the Miz sooner or later. So, we'll wait and see what happens. But I will say this. This was a solid segment, to say the very least. I got nothing bad to say whatsoever. Anthony Florio, it's all yours.
Make it unanimous. Second best segment of the night. No question about it. I mean, let me see. Yes, this was another very good segment. Miz is killing his character work and was great here. The contract angle works very well for his character and plays off of the issues with Bryan perfectly. I mean, what else is there to say about it? I mean, yeah, it was more. But yeah, you could also say it was more of the same from Ziggler, Bryan, and Miz. I really don't understand how WWE contracts work. If the Miz can trigger a renegotiation, shortly after presumably signing a contract after the draft. Are these contracts like 2 months? And what does The Miz want? Is it a public apology from Daniel Bryan? What? I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what it is that he wants. But nonetheless, though, second best segment of the night. I hope this gets resolved by No Mercy, because I want to see these two go at it again at No Mercy. Because you remember what I said on Sunday night when we did our Backlash review. I said that The Miz and Dolph Ziggler have always had great chemistry together, and tonight was no exception. And of course, the match on Sunday night was amazing as well. And and you saw it. Ziggler says, "Hey, I want one more match, just you and me. No Maurice, no gimmicks, no nothing." Honestly, I would love to see like a ladder match or something of that nature. That's what I kind of want to see between those two for the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. It would be phenomenal if we get it, but I don't know if we are going to get it. So, especially now with this renegotiation of a contract angle. So we're going to have to wait and see. But nonetheless, second best segment of the night. That's all there is to say about it. So, MF, let's move on to our next segment, match, or whatever we got.
Yeah, well, the thing is, when it comes to, until The Miz gets what he wants, I don't think we're going to be seeing an Intercontinental title match anytime soon. Sorry to say that.
Well, remains to be seen. We'll leave it at that. All right, guys. So the next thing we had was supposed to be Baron Corbin going one-on-one with Apollo Crews. Unfortunately, the fight never got off the ground because Baron Corbin, or who I like to call Baron Foreskin, actually hit him with the end of days outside the ring and laid him out in the middle. He laid him out on the concrete floor. Well, did somebody to show up? We did not know about this. Jack Swagger, or Jumpin' Jack Flash, as he said, is now a member of the SmackDown roster as of 12:01 a.m. early this morning. Okay. So it looks like Swagger has now gone from Raw. So, okay. I don't know if you guys want to take your hands on this one, or if I should just move on. It's your call, guys.
What do you think, Bullock?
I don't know. I think we should talk about, basically just about Jack Swagger going to SmackDown.
All right. The
match was terrible. Yeah.
Well, the fight never got off.
I don't care about the match, but as far as Jack Swagger going to SmackDown.
Well, okay. Fair enough. So this is what I'll say. And you will open mic this. So I think it's good that Swagger goes to SmackDown. SmackDown needs all the talent that they can get. On top of that, Swagger's a former world champion over there. This was one of his big companies. This was one of the big, one of the big guys. When he was there, he really banked off of a great success. Won the Money in the Bank. That was a SmackDown guy. Won the World Heavyweight title on SmackDown. So obviously, he is worthy enough of making a good run on SmackDown, and sometimes you need to revitalize your career. I think now he's probably on the heyday of his career, but it's always good to develop the younger guys and everything else. So who knows what we're going to see from the guy from Perry, Oklahoma, but I will say this. As far as the promo goes, it kind of wasn't really that great. I didn't even care too much about it. But for him to go to SmackDown, I think is definitely maybe a better chance for him, because I kind of felt like he was lost in the shuffle on Monday Night Raw. And, with SmackDown, because, again, with that limited roster, there's some bigger opportunities to sort. And it looks like he's already got himself thrusted into already a storyline, because it looks like him and Baron Corbin might go at it. So that might be an interesting matchup. I don't know how it's going to play out, but For what it's worth, it'll definitely be a pretty good be a man fight. So, gentlemen, jump on that.
I'll take it. I actually have some liner notes on this. Let me see where I have. Okay. This is obviously their attempt to reboot Jack Swagger, which is not a bad idea. But coming off of the loss to Jinder Mahal last night, it feels hard to care about him. Also, the promo was really no good as he felt like he was trying to be a caricature of a charismatic pro wrestler, but failed. I am fine with them not jumping right back to Corbin versus Cruz, but Cruz came off as a complete goof/jobber here, if I'm being quite honest here. Now, Swagger did try to show some babyface fire, but it just didn't quite feel natural. To his credit, the crowd did get into the "We the People" chant, but they really weren't sure why he was making references to the Rolling Stones and talking about his smoking hot wife. And yes, I've seen her. She is indeed just that. It felt like a really awkward political speech. Maybe that was the point. I'm not sure. But it will be interesting to see if he gets some coaching on this character and turns it around. So, and yeah, as far as a potential program with him and Corbin, that could actually be, halfway decent. So that's pretty much my take on it. So, yeah, he was definitely lost in the shuffle on Raw. I agree with you on that. There was nothing for him on there. And this coming from a Raw guy, yeah, they definitely got this one right. So with that said, Bullock, chime in with your thoughts, your 2 cents, if you would.
Yeah, I think Swagger going to SmackDown live. I think it could help him out because there's really wasn't anything going for him on Raw. So yeah, and like you said, he's a former world champion, and maybe now with him at SmackDown Live, this could help rebuild his career. So yeah, it's just those references that he was referring to that really left my head scratching. And yeah, I mean, and SmackDown really needed some talent, and I think this could really help them out. So we'll wait and see how it all plays out. So there's really nothing more to say except let's move on, Fletch.
All right, so next up, we have a 2-for-1 deal. First off, we had the introduction of the new WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, the first ever SmackDown Women's Champion, my girl, the last kicker from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch, Becky Balboa, as she likes to dub herself. And hey, I'll say it. I'll call her that if she wants me to call her that. I'll say that any day of the week. More, you know my love affair for that baby girl. So now, cuts a nice little promo, and then we got to see who was going to be the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Championship because it was a fatal 5-way. Naomi, Natalya, Nikki Bella, Alexa Bliss, and Carmella all were in action, and the winner of the bout and the number 1 contender, Alexa Bliss, she wins. Yes, indeed. She basically, after Carmella hits the super kick on Nikki Bella, then Alexa Bliss, like a thief in the night, grabs Carmella, throws her out of the ring, gets the 1, 2, 3 on Nikki Bella. She is your new number 1 contender, Anthony Florio. It is all yours, my friend. Tell me about the segment and your feeling of one of your favorites. Your birthday buddy is now number 1 contender.
Becky is so happy to be champion, and it shows in a good way. She seems generally pleased to have the title, no doubt about it. I mean, I actually liked it. I mean, the crowd, you heard the crowd. They did the typical "You deserve it" chant, which is, of course, the battle chant, the battle cry or chant, if you will, from the IWC when one of their favorites finally gets their moment in the sun. People like Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and Kevin Owens and Shinsuke Nakamura, just to name a few. But yeah, I mean, she does deserve it. I mean, one of your favorites, of course, Fletch. It's well documented. I mean, we could have a nice little angle on commentary. I mean, and now we really have an angle on commentary now because, my girl Alexa Bliss, my fellow August 9 birth mate, if you will. I mean, I can't be any more happier for that. I mean, I am beyond grateful for that. So so the segment, it was short and sweet and to the point, and I was fine with that. As far as the match is concerned, I gotta say maybe second best fight of the night. I mean, it was the match was a little bit on the short side. I mean, it was only 5 minutes and 15 seconds, but for what we got, I'm gonna give it a solid 3 stars. Second best fight of the night. And let me see, where do I have it here? I like that they went with the surprise winner in Bliss. She has been great as of late and has been a good opportunist. They also did a good job here of advancing the Carmella Nikki Bella angle. Also, can we stop complaining about Nikki Bella? She's come back and is in great shape, is working hard, and is putting people over. Anyway, the match was short, but a really fun little sprint. Very good women's match to crown the number 1 contender. They worked in a light of high impact and signature offense and managed to keep multiple women involved for most of the match instead of relying on long breaks on the outside with 2 wrestlers working a match in the ring. Bliss winning is indeed the right call here. Carmella and Nikki have their thing going. Naomi is a poor fit, and Natalya and Becky just had a program, a little bit over the summer. So, and once again, kudos to our Imperial Grand Poobah, Derek Ferreira, the Hardcore Pipe Bomb, because when he did his prediction blog for card for No Mercy, he had Becky Lynch and Alexa Bliss for the women's championship. So Derek Ferreira, you did it again, my friend. I mean, one more time. So give it up indeed for the Hardcore Pipe Bomb. I mean, he pretty much don't. I think he's probably going to get this card down to a T, if I'm going to be real honest. So yeah, well done indeed, Derek. So that's all I can say. So pretty much have my 2 cents on it. So second best fight of the night, solid 3 stars, despite it being a 5 minute and 15-second match, because we got some great near falls, several great near falls, and they advanced angles and storylines. So well done, and it's a fresh feud. You know how I am about fresh feuds. I'll gladly take it. And this is definitely an Anthony Florio, Michael Fletcher special, because Michael Fletcher, all about Becky Lynch, the fiery redhead from Dublin, Ireland. Well, I'm all about that beautiful blonde with the highlights. My fellow August 9 baby from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss. I don't think she's going to win the title, but then again, you never know. You never know with WWE. So we'll see what happens. And you got to believe it's going to be at No Mercy. You have to think it's at No Mercy, even though they didn't say anything. You got to believe it's going to be No Mercy October 9 at the Arco in Sacramento. So that's all I can say. 3 stars, second best fight of the night. So Michael Bullock, I mean, despite it being a 5-minute match, I mean, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2.5 to 3 stars is my rating. I mean, yeah, the match was short, but the near fall after near fall that we got during the match, I mean, I thought it was worthy enough to be that rating. So, yeah, and Alexa Bliss now becoming the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Championship, and yeah, I mean, this is a fresh feud that people want to see, and I think this is something definitely worth seeing. I mean, and I like the fact that maybe now that they can solely focus on Carmella and Nikki Bella having a feud without the SmackDown Women's Championship being involved. So I liked how everything all played out. So yeah, 2.5 to 3 stars is my rating. Fletcher, what says you?
Yeah, 2.5 to 3 is my rating as well. I thought this was a very good match, a very solid battle. Definitely a fight to the finish. I think, like I said, I think a lot of us were really surprised that it actually did go the way of, I didn't think, whoever would have thought that the last person was gonna be Alexa Bliss, and that because I honestly I was gonna say it's probably gonna be Carmella because of the fact that Carmella was so close. I think they're probably gonna give her the opportunity now. Nope, we are all wrong on this, except for Derek Ferreira, who obviously predicted this. Like I said, congratulations to Alexa Bliss, and it's gonna be a great opportunity for her. She's gonna get a chance. She's going to get a golden opportunity to fight for the title. So we're gonna wait and see what happens in the very near future. You're probably gonna expect that this battle is gonna happen, at the next No Mercy, the next pay-per-view. So, all right, guys, with that said, we're just going to dive right into the next part of the night, which was Shane McMahon comes out talking about seizing the opportunity. Then he talked about how Daniel Bryan wanted to create opportunities and introduce Heath Slater. And yes, it's finally happened, guys. Heath Slater is now a member of the Smackdown roster. He signed the contract. He's no longer a free agent. Does it because of the fact that he did win the tag team championship with Rhino at Backlash per the decree of Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon. They said if you win the tournament, you get the contract. They got the belts. Now he's got his contract. That means the double wide is coming home very, very soon. However, it was basically short-lived because Connor and Victor, the Ascension, showed up, and the next thing we know, we got to sell the tag team fight. Non-title though, winners of the bout. I know. All right. Look, I'm all about the feel-good story. I've been very feel-good. I know. I'm just, I'm very for than anything in WWE. I've been a mega fan. I'm a huge fan of the Rhino and Heath Slater gimmick. I like that he finally got the contract. That's good for me. But as far as them being tag team champions, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I think the body of work definitely is, but it's good for what it was worth. I thought the fight was all right. I'm not going to say it was anything else. There was a couple of mistakes here and there, so I'm not going to slam it too hard. But whatever it's worth, I'll give it 0.5 to 1 star just for the fight itself. If you want to call it worst fight of the night, be my guest. Anthony Florio, I give it to you.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It was the worst fight of the night. And I'm going to go as far as say it was an absolute dud. I'm sorry. I didn't like the match at all. I mean, it was, what did I say? It was short, chaotic, had zero flow. It was overall very bad professional wrestling, if I'm going to be real honest with you. As for the segment, though, I mean, Heath Slater is a ton of fun, and you can see that his enthusiasm could lead to Rhino turning down the line with those subtle looks of non-approval that he shoots Slater from time to time. But in all honesty, Rhino continues to carry Slater and appears to be getting more irritated about it as time goes on. So 2 minutes and 7 seconds, the time of the fall. Absolute dud. It was the worst fight of the night for me. Heck, I could even go as far as to say no rating for it. So that's all I'm going to say about it. Michael Bullock, your 2 cents, if you would.
You know what? I'm gonna give it 0.5 to 1 star as well for the effort. I mean, yeah, it was too short, but yeah. So there's really nothing more to say. I mean, you pretty much touched on it. So let's just move on, Fletch.
Fletch, your mic?
Fletch?
Sorry, it was the mic. I thought I had it on. No, I didn't. All right, guys. So let me go back and say it again. The next thing we had was Randy Orton cutting a promo, interrupted by Bray Wyatt, and then like it was gonna be a showdown. Oh no! Next thing we know, Eric Rowan shows up, tries to jump Randy Orton, got a little bit ahead of himself. They were looking to try to go for some more RKO out of nowhere. Anthony Florio, it is yours.
Yes. That segment didn't wow me. A lot of the same in an RKO. I guess it's hard for the View to advance without a match, but it was still pretty lame. I mean, the only other thing I can say was it was fine, but I am still having a difficult time getting into Orton versus Wyatt. They arrive, they say words, and I just don't feel anything. I'm sorry. It exists. So that's really all I can say about it. So, I mean, I love the RKO out of nowhere and Rowan coming in, but here's the thing, though. What's really going on with Rowan and Wyatt here? I mean, didn't we see a few weeks ago where Rowan, got his ass handed to him, and Bray Wyatt, had his sheet mask and just walked away or something like that? I thought they were like no more, but I guess apparently maybe they're still in cahoots. I guess doesn't make sense to me. So I pretty much had my 2 cents on it. So Michael Bullock, your thoughts on the latest chapter in the Orton Wyatt saga? Until I see a match, I can't get excited about it.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I mean, I really wasn't really wasn't feeling the segment at all. I mean, I don't know what's going on with it when it comes to this Orton Wyatt feud. I mean, and I have to agree with Anthony Florio. I mean, until we see an actual match when it comes to these two, this is something I just can't get involved with, and I'm not too impressed with. Sorry. I mean, it's just my opinion, and yeah, I mean that's just how I feel. I know some people are probably gonna hate me for saying this, but you know what? It's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So I just really wasn't feeling this segment at all. So Fletcher, it's yours.
All right, guys, going into the main event. All right. So AJ Styles was looking for a partner the whole night. Went to Baron Corbin, went to Kane, went to just tried to get anybody. Couldn't come up. The next thing we know, he decided to take Ellsworth. Basically, he was going to be the guy that was going to be AJ Styles' partner. So AJ comes out, and James Ellsworth made his way out to a nice reaction from the Philly crowd. It was short-lived. The Miz comes out, jumps him from the behind, hits him on the skull-crushing finale on that rampway. Sells a partner, Dean Ambrose and John Cena versus The Miz. And AJ Styles is your SmackDown main event for tonight. The winners of the bout was John Cena and Dean Ambrose when Cena hits the AA on AJ Styles getting the win. But there's more. After a brief celebration, Ambrose drops the dirty deeds on Cena. Basically, maybe heel turn confirmed. I don't know. It seems like it was. One thing's for sure. I'm going to be going at it for the WWE World title at No Mercy. And if this is the way we're going to start it, I cannot wait to see what they bring to the table from here on in. Michael Bullock, you lead off, my friend, on our main event of the evening.
Yeah, as far as this main event goes, I'll give it about 3 to maybe 3.25 stars. This was my fight of the night here. I mean, a solid main event here for this edition of SmackDown Live. Surprising. I mean, the Miz was going to get involved in this match, but I mean, I thought both sides did well in this main event, and yeah, I mean, just when it looked like Cena and Ambrose were going to celebrate at the end, no, Ambrose gets dropped drops Cena with the dirty deeds. It's basically him sending a message and saying, "It's my world title, and I'm going after it." So, yeah. So now the question is, how will John Cena respond to that? We're gonna have to wait till next week. So, yeah, so 3 to 3.25 stars is my rating on the main event. So, Fletch, your thoughts on this main event on this edition of SmackDown Live?
I'm going going to say 3.5 stars. I liked it. I thought this was a solid main event. I thought this was a good match. I think a lot of people were somewhat disappointed because they were thinking, this is going to be a lot more better, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, in a sense, it didn't really deliver the way they were hoping for, but it wasn't as bad as it was expected. So, no, I really liked this. I thought this was a good main event, and I love the fact that they hit him with the dirty deeds, heel turn confirmed, as one of my favorite YouTubers would do. And and the thing was, well, actually no, Philly was pissed, but IWC was doing yes, 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 yes. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
Yeah, decent main event. Yeah, by default, it is the fight of the night. It was a fine but pedestrian main event, but it did serve its purpose of forwarding the tension between Cena and Ambrose. They could have an entertaining feud together once they get through the initial match with Styles, who I think could be destined to take on Randy Orton once he gets through with Bray Wyatt, whenever that is. But overall, let me see. It really feels that they are turning Ambrose, which is interesting. I really could have done without Miz eating the pin here. He was great on the mic and came off well with the attack on James Ellsworth before the bout. But to have him lose to Cena right away feels as if they are going back to the same old. Cena and Ambrose were the tag partners that didn't get along. And I feel that Ambrose laying out Cena, causing him to lose the match, would have made a bigger impact. Or Cena causing Ambrose to lose, leading to Ambrose laying him out, also would have worked. The match was good, albeit a bit pedestrian. Just not a fan of the booking of the finish. Default fight of the night, 3 to 3.25 stars. So with that, let's get to our overall review. And I believe you started off, MF. Am I right?
Yes, we lead off. But however, I just came across something. Okay, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this. I sense the rant is coming, but I'm gonna throw it out there. Apparently, somebody was really pissed about what the hell the Miz just did tonight. That because that they ruined the fact that James Ellsworth didn't even get a chance at the fight. There is now. Here's the thing. There is a change.org petition being handed out or being done right now, and it's actually asking WWE to award James Ellsworth a opportunity at the WWE Intercontinental Championship. I'm dead serious. This just hit the wires just a few moments ago. And I'm checking right now, so give me a minute. I want to see how many people has actually signed this petition. And okay, according to this, they're looking for 200 supporters, and they've already got about half. They got 102 people that has signed this petition. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Say about it. Wow. Man. All right. You know what? What the heck? I'm signing the petition right now. First time ever I'm doing this live, folks. I'm signing a live petition. It said, here's the premise. It says, James Ellsworth got absolutely screwed on SmackDown Live by being attacked by The Miz before his first ever main event match in WWE. Ellsworth is a proven competitor, and because of his heinous attack, he deserves a chance to challenge for the attacker for his attacker's Intercontinental title. With 2 hands of a fighting chance, and James Ellsworth sure as heck has 2 hands. All right. So, like I said, I just signed the petition. So now you got 103 supporters. And I wish this guy nothing but the best. So, I mean, I think somebody's a little sour, if you know what I mean. All right. So, as far as the SmackDown recap goes, I'm going to give this another 6 out of 10. I mean, it was newsworthy. Yes, you had a lot of good stuff that came out of it. I thought the in-ring action was all right. I think there wasn't really anything that really stood out or made us say, wow, here. I mean, with Alexa Bliss being the number one contender for the Women's Championship on SmackDown was pretty cool. I didn't really care much about the Hype Bros and the Usos, but I really thought the outside the non-wrestling segments really carried the night, to say the very least. And then you had a pretty decent main event. So I'm going to give this about 6 out of 10. Anthony Florio, I give it to you.
I'm giving this 7.5 out of 10. I really enjoyed the show tonight, Michael Fletcher. I'm going to be real honest with you. I mean, it was a very good overall show tonight with matches set for No Mercy and some really strong mic work from The Miz, Dean Ambrose, AJ Styles, and John Cena. While the tag title match was no good, there wasn't a ton of wrestling. It was angle heavy, which worked. And yes, I was not a big fan of the main event finish, but the show had a great energy and it flew by. They are giving a lot of people purpose, and I am excited for the direction of No Mercy. 7.5 out of 10. Very much enjoyed this show tonight. Well done, SmackDown Live. They continue to bring it each and every week. And this coming from a Raw guy, so well done. So with that said, Michael Bullock, your overall thoughts on SmackDown Live tonight?
Yeah, I'm actually going to give it an even 7 out of 10. I thought it was a good show as well, and I mean, the main event I thought was good. The two segments, the top two segments of the night, I thought was good as well. So yeah, so there's really nothing more to say. I mean, you guys pretty much touched on it. So, Fletch, let's get to your Mikey's mindset.
All right, so this Mikey Mindset was actually a very special event that they just did recently. This was not even an RW Ring of Honor regular show. They actually showed highlights from what they called it was basically highlights from what they call Field of Honor. This was in Brooklyn, New York, at the MCU Park. Which is actually home of the Brooklyn Cyclones, which is a minor league baseball team. So they actually had this show done, and this was an amazing event. Let me just hit you guys up with basically the entire card itself, and then I'll give you my thoughts about it. First off, we had was Kushida going one-on-one with Dalton Castle. The winner of the bout was Kushida, and they did a very good job. Then they started showing quicker highlights, so they only showed certain clips, so this was not legit. Bobby Fish went one-on-one against Evil, who is a member of Los Impasibles de Japón. Basically, this was for the Ring of Honor television title. Oh, was Bobby Fish. He gets to keep the belt. Then we had another match. This was another highlight gimmick, to say the very least. And this was for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Michael Elgin, who is the new champion, put the title on the line against Donovan Dijak, the winner of the bout, and still champion. It was Unbreakable Michael Elgin. Then after that, we had ourselves a World Tag Team title fight. It was the Addiction, Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian versus the Briscoes, winners of the bout and still tag champions. It was Daniels and Kazarian, and in the main event for this show, and the last highlights that they showed, it was a fatal for the Ring of Honor World title. It was Tetsuya Naito Hiroshi Tanahashi, Jay Lethal, and the reigning and defending champion Adam Cole, the winner of the bout, and still the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion. It was Adam Cole. I gotta say, this was a very good match. They fitted as much as they could in a 1 hour format, and it really came off so good. My overall review for this night is, I gotta say, I'm gonna give this a solid 8 out of 10. All right, next up, Anthony Florio, you've been waiting a long time for me to say this. Lucha Underground Season 3. It kicked off. This was unbelievable. I was so excited. I was ready. I was amped. Because this was what we've been waiting for. Episode 1, Season 3, Lucha Underground. And like I said, I was absolutely pumped for this. It started out with basically, the president himself, or Dario Cueto. He got out of jail because of the fact that at the end of season 2, he was actually arrested. Feared that he was for crimes, for murder, for larceny. There was a whole bunch of charges against him, and they went after him, and then some. With that said, we started out the night when he announced that there was going to be what they called this Wheel of Misfortune. What does that mean? Well, if you were the one to come on and win, there was a whole bunch of names of people who never got opportunities at the Lucha Underground title. So if you were selected on this wheel, then you would become her, and right then and there, you get an opportunity to fight for the Lucha Underground title. The spin of the wheel was done, and the man who gets the opportunity was the Son of Havoc. Now, a little side story: Son of Havoc had a chance for a title shot at for Ultimo Lucha 3, which was gonna be for the title. Well, unfortunately, that never happened because he decided that he wanted the opportunity to go right then and there and fight at that one point. And Dario Cueto says, okay, you got to fight one more person. If you win that fight, then you can fight the Monster Matanza Cueto, which was Dr. Wagner Jr. He lost the opportunity and lost $250,000 on top of it, too. So it was a double indemnity for the Son of Havoc. He gets an opportunity, he gets a chance to fight for the belt on that show, and man, what a match. 4 stars, people. The Monster Matanza Cueto wins the match. He keeps the belt. Match. Second fight of the night for the Gift of the Gods title. It was a Sexy Star versus Talia Vicarin. And the winner of the bout at 5 minutes and 38 seconds was the Sexy Star. She keeps the belt. 3 stars in my rating for that one. And then we had ourselves an interesting dilemma. Eva Lee's and basically was saying, you know what? I had an opportunity and I fought my butt off, and I had win this fight, and I wanted, because of a nosy little biatch, I lost at Ultimo Lucha. So Mil Muertes has Katrina, and Katrina You've been a thorn on my side for a number of months now, and you cost me my fight at Ultimo Lucha. I want to fight you one-on-one, Ultimo Lucha 3. Let's make it happen. Well, the lights went out. The sexy Katrina was up on a platform in Boyle Heights at the temple, and she said, "I will fight you, Ultimo Lucha 3." Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, baby, I'm all jacked up now for that fight. Let's see how that goes down. And then in our main event of the evening, it was it was Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Pentagon Dark. The winner of the bout was Rey Mysterio at 8 minutes 42 seconds. 3 3/4 to 4 stars. This was an amazing fight, to say the very least. I was so amped for this one as well. Um, I gotta say, this was absolutely a thrilling match. So excited! I thought the body of work of everybody was amazing. My final review for it, guys. I'm gonna say it: 7.5 to 8 stars. I thought this was a tremendous show. Say that it was the greatest show ever, but it was definitely a great show. I was very enthralled with it, and I was definitely a humongous fan of what I saw tonight. Nothing more to say about that. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna close it with, like I said I was gonna have some news with RWA, and I do have that news for you guys right here, right now. So we are going to close the show with RWA. And like I said, this Friday night, live from the Chop Shop in Providence, Rhode Island, is RWA Fatal Impact. That's going to be their last show. This is going to be their next show. Basically, for all you fans out there, if you want to know how to get tickets, you can definitely get it. But one thing is for sure, this is going to be a thrilling event, no doubt about it. Just to run down the card for you guys one more time, a bonus fight has just been announced. This was just added to the card about 6 hours ago. Tim Davidson and Tim Lennox, Tim Squared is what they're calling them. They're going to go up against the Monster Mac and trainee number 1, Team Mac Attack. And I want to let you guys know that this fight is the pre-show fight. According to what I've just heard, this is the pre-show fight. This is going to be before the show begins at 8 o'clock. So get there early. Tickets are on sale right now. $10 for general admission, $15 for VIP, which is special seating, and you also get an RWA poster with that. Also, Mike Montero gets to go one-on-one with a mystery opponent. We don't know who it is, but here's the thing. If the mystery opponent beats Mike Montero, Montero is gone. That's right, guys. If he loses this fight, he is fired from the Renegade Wrestling Alliance. This is without a doubt a career-defining moment for Mike Montero. He has to win this fight against a wrestler that's not on the RWA roster. Whoever wins this fight, if Montero wins, his career continues. If he loses, Montero is fired, and that wrestler basically takes Montero's spot on the main roster. Major fight. Mike Grassa goes one-on-one with the Firebrand Brian Fury. That's going to be an exciting matchup, to say the very least. Let's see what happens there. On top of that, Judge Chambers, he's going one-on-one with Jammin' Jack Connor. Now, this fight was supposed to happen at Commemorization. It did not happen because Judge Chambers suffered an injury. He was a no-go, and consequently, T Phoenix took the fight, and we saw what happened there. If you haven't seen it, it's on Facebook. Trust me, guys. You guys are gonna want to see that fight. Then the card we also have is a triple threat match in the hype division. David Baker goes up against Sammy the Lion and Tyler Nitro in a triple threat match. That's going to be an interesting fight to say the very least. How's that going to play out? Well, we're going to see what happens there. Then another fight in what they call the hype division. Kellen Thomas versus Nick Marchand versus Anthony Green. Now, if you fans have not seen Anthony Green, get ready for a performance because this guy was a part of my RWA Fight of the Year in 2015 with JT Dunn. That's how good this guy really is. If you want excitement, you're going to get it with this fight, no doubt about it. So, next up on the card as well, we're going to save that last. We also have, actually, here it is. We also are going to have Tom Billington, Dick Lane, and Asana goes up against the Middlesex Express and Stan the Man Styles. Okay, this thing went creepy. Today, Stan the Man Styles was at a mall. He went to Victoria's Secret. I think he's thinking about doing something or getting something for Asana. This has gotten really, I can't even tell you what's been happening because even though I'm a TV 14 show, this is TVMA. Almost to the point where I can't go there. I'm going to get myself thrown off the air if I go there. I'll say it like that. So, disturbing is all I'm going to say. Also, in a fight that Gorilla Monsoon would say that I hope they reinforce the ring, the ultimate big man match, a be a man fight, Ace Romero one-on-one with the Kingpin Brian Milonas. Oh my God. Brian Milonas weighs in at almost 400 pounds. Ace Romero has to be at least 350, man. That's about 750 pounds of beef in that ring. I mean, Christ, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's going to be nuts how this fight is going to go down. An exciting matchup, to say the very least. Have is T Phoenix versus Chris Pyro versus DJ AC from the Cool People. Another triple threat match. How's that going to play out? We don't know how that will be. This is going to be an unbelievable matchup, to say the very least. And now we get ourselves main event of the evening in what they call a championship scramble, one fall to a finish. It is going to be the RWA Triple Crown Champion Triplicious, the RWA Hype Champion Juice JT Dunn versus the Psychedelic Warrior Dave Colt. Now, okay, here's how the rules go. If Triplicious gets pinned or submitted, he loses the Triple Crown Championship. Vice versa, if JT Dunn is pinned or submitted, he loses his Hype Championship. However, if for some reason Dave Cole gets pinned or submitted, then nothing happens. Basically, the belt goes to their respective owners, and that is it. So, you want to talk about a roll of the dice and an exciting battle. This is basically, they have dubbed this the true test of survival. Who will survive this grand main event, this epic main event? This is probably one of the biggest main events in RWA history. That's how big this fight is. Because of the fact that Triplicious or JT Dunn has an opportunity to become a double champion. Triple H has already done it once. He could do it again. JT Dunn, if he pins Triple H, he becomes the second man in RWA history to have both the Hype and Triple Crown titles in his possession. If Cole gets the pin, he could become Triple Crown champion or Hype champion. Now, how this will play out, an amazing main event to say the very least. My goodness, that's all I'm going to say about it. That's it for the Cerebral Smack Talk. Our show is done for the night. Okay. We're off tomorrow night. Thursday, we got the College Football Thursday, hosted by Anthony Florio on the Tone 25, YouTube.com. And we got a loaded schedule for Thursday. Great action all across college football and the power rankings. Friday night is the NFL Fridays, where we're going to run down week 2 and drop the first power ranking of the season for all of us. It has been Thank you, Anthony Florio. Thank you, Michael Bullock, as always. In spirit, Derek Ferreira and Dee Woodson, we love you guys as always. And thank you guys for watching this. Like this video, share this with everybody on the entire social media platform, wherever you are around the world. Thursday night. Thank you for watching the Cerebral Smack Talk. You know the routine, everybody. Hugs and hand pounds. We are out. Have a good night, everybody. So long for now.